Good morning, guys. It's Monday, and it is the first day of my bone broth fast. It's also a nice day outside. So we are doing a 3-day bone broth fast followed by a 2-day juice cleanse in an aggressive attempt to heal what appears to be an ulcer in my stomach that's not healing. So I've had this ulcer since July. I've been on and off willing to do the right things to heal that ulcer, and enough's enough. I'm in a lot of pain, and I've been in a lot of pain. It's affecting my mental health and definitely affecting my physical health and my emotional health. It's just affecting everything to be in constant pain. So this is day one. I'm also cutting out coffee because I'm sticking to the exact protocol I'm supposed to. So I'm gonna hop on the scale just so there's that angle of it. I'm pretty lean right now in general, but I'm still curious to know how that will impact things, so let's find out, shall we? Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty lean right now. This is where I'm having a burning pain right there, and it gets really bad and then not as bad, but always there. It's been constant for 6 weeks. We'll talk a lot about it over the next few days as I record this. All right, guys, it's like 4 o'clock. Today is day one of the 72-hour bone broth fast, and I would have started drinking it earlier because I've done a 72-hour fast before, but I haven't done a bone broth fast. Anyway, I ordered it on Amazon. It just showed up. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Ow. It's heavy like you might expect. After doing some research, I decided to go with kettle and fire bone broth right here. Most of it is going to be beef made with grass-fed and finished beef bones. So I will drink 6 of these a day. Just for the sake of variety, I did decide to also get 1 chicken. Figure I'd mix in a couple a day will be chicken, but we did want the beef as our main staple here because of the collagen, which is supposed to be really, really helpful. So, as I mentioned, the reason I'm doing the 72-hour bone broth fast is because I believe, and my doctor believes, I have an ulcer. So it's something I've talked about a little bit on the channel, but I've just kind of been in denial about. I've been, I don't know if like ashamed is the right word, just denial. Like, okay, I have an ulcer, I've got like a burning pain right here that sometimes travels down a little lower my tummy, comes back up here. It's basically with me all the time. I've been extremely lucky to say that this burning pain, like a rash pain, rug rash inside my body, it's not been so bad that I can't sleep, which has been huge, but it's been bad. Like it flares up, it hurts extra or it hurts less, but it's always with me. That was July 5th. So July 4th, I went out, I partied, I ate a bunch of food, and I mean like a bunch of food. And the only time I ever binge eat is if I drink, and I did that. And I've been suffering the consequences since. So, I was really good about healing it for a while there. And then I kind of just got like butthurt with it. I was like, you know what? It's gonna heal itself. I'm mostly healthy was my mindset, and it hasn't. It's just occupying so much of my time and energy, just thinking about it, dealing with it, kind of being nervous to eat, careful with what I eat, saying F it, and still trying to party here and there, which doesn't, it's not like after that, it's like 10 times worse. It's just still bad. And then, anyway, it's been crazy. We all go through life at a different pace. And I'm going to do whatever it takes because one of the main reasons I've been so motivated to do this is because it's officially started to impact my fitness. I had a competition this last weekend and I just assumed it would be healed by then. But of course, that assumption was predicated on the idea that I would stop at nothing to heal it, and I've stopped at most things, or I've stopped almost at nothing, which isn't enough for this. But I couldn't really participate the way I wanted to. I mean, I competed pretty well, but just like all I could do was think about the burning in my stomach. And if I'm thinking about that, I'm not thinking about what can I bring to the table to positively impact others. You know, how can I be of service to other people? It just makes you, naturally being in pain, it makes me more selfish because I'm hurting. And so I don't have much else to give others. And that made me really sad. All right, some of the benefits of bone broth fasting. Again, I'm primarily doing this to heal my digestion and more acutely really jumpstart the healing process of this stomach ulcer, which has just been a terrible experience this summer. Number one, it's going to improve digestion and promote healthy gut due to the abundance of gelatin and amino acids. It's got proline, glucosamine, I think, and L-glutamine. I could be slightly wrong on that, but it's got an abundance of 3 of the most important and restorative amino acids our bodies can hope for. It's got collagen, which strengthens tissue, reduces joint pain, and keeps hair and skin healthy. Okay, I'll take that on my hair. It's got cysteine, glutamic acid, and glycine, powerful antioxidants that promotes detoxification of the body, which is great. High protein content. The bone broth promotes weight loss and healthy metabolism, leaving you feeling full and satisfied. That's gonna be good. It improves your sleep and fights brain fog. So it says you should try this if you suffer from leaky gut, gastrointestinal issues, autoimmune disease, joint pain, stuff like that. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description to a Dr. Axe video that really made sense to me. I am definitely not doing this for weight loss. All right, so let's open up this first one. Lift here, I did lift there. Oh man, I feel stupid. Shoot. Cool. Tail on the dotted line. Okay. I mean, it just smells like broth. Okay, bon appetit. This is the first of what will be many, many bone broths in the next 72 hours. It's good. I like it, actually. I really like it. By the way, and I imagine you're not surprised, but I'm not sponsored by Kettle and Fire. I just did some research online, and I've seen this in like the health section of my local grocery store a couple times. And I like that it's grass-fed, grass-finished. Oh, I'm just so happy to be eating, so to speak. And just like that, my first of 6 meals is done. I'll check in as often as I think is necessary. I've already done a 72-hour regular fast, like just water fast. So I'm assuming this is going to be a lot easier because I'm actually taking in calories. Like that was 80 calories and we're gonna do 6 of those. So we're gonna do 480 calories a day. That's plenty. I mean, it's not a lot, but you know, it's something. We will touch base. Soon. Hi guys, we're at the end of day 1 of the bone broth fast. My last one of the day is going to be the chicken bone broth, made with organic free-range chicken bones. As far as how I'm feeling right now, I feel fine. A side angle to this whole thing is that I'm supposed to give up, well, I have to give up coffee and caffeine in general. Concern isn't the word, but I'm trying to be prepared for feeling some type of way about giving up caffeine for the first time. So I don't drink a ton of coffee, but I do drink coffee every day. I would say 8 to 12 ounces a day, maybe a little teeny bit more in the morning. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Chicken. Oh, well, that's nice. I might like the chicken a little bit better than the beef. Like I said, it's 9:10. I ended up landing on what I believe will be 5 of these. I don't think I'm gonna drink 2 right now, maybe. I will check back in with you tomorrow. All right, hopefully sleep goes okay, but if it doesn't. Oh, I'm also supposed to mellow out my exercise, so I do CrossFit, I work out hard, so help me God, I need to do that so that I can give my body time to rest. All right, day 1 in the books. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, interwebs. It's day 2 of the bone broth fast. It's morning, it's like 7:30 right now. Well, sorry, a little close for comfort.
I thought I would bring you into my bed. It's the most intimate space in my life, because that's just how much I care about the closeness we have on this channel. Last night was my first night of sleeping on the bone broth fast after doing it for 24 hours, and much like sleeping when you're just doing a water fast, which as I've said repeatedly that I've done multiple of, sleep is just different. I don't stay asleep as well, and I wake up a lot, and I'm way more in tune with my anxieties and my ruminations and my thoughts and my worries and my whatever. You know, my brain is more activated. I've learned how to modulate that over the years, so I'm not terribly bothered by it, and I know how to self-soothe with the right kind of language and some meditation, some breathing and stuff like that to try to get myself back to sleep, not take my thoughts personal, not read into them too much. But there's a lot that goes on there. Most of mine just revolves around the physical fear I have about this ulcer and what it could lead to, and will it heal, and maybe it won't, and something seriously wrong and all that stuff, you know, catastrophizing, health anxiety. But then I just redirect those thoughts. I challenge them. I try to be the parent I need, and anyway, do a bunch of stuff. But that's sort of how sleep goes. One quick insight I have for myself is that I shouldn't have drank my bone broth so late. So I did my 6 pints of bone broth, which is my goal, is to do 6 a day from what I've researched, and I saved my last couple for way too late in the day. So I was up peeing all night, which I can rectify tonight by starting to drink my bone broth much earlier. I think I started yesterday at 4 because it arrived late, but that's not going to happen today. I'll make sure I start by like noon or 1 or something like that. So I am grateful to say I got like 5.5 hours of sleep, and I'll try to take a nap today because sleep is incredibly important anyway, but they put particular emphasis on it when healing the body, and specifically for healing this ulcer. So let's go weigh in. Let's see. I bet you it's going to be like 196. That's my guess.
Do I know my body? 196. I bet we finished this whole bone broth fast at like 195. Oh my god, there's so much sleep in my eye. It's real gross. Alright guys, it is 11:15 in the AM. We are on day 2. I'm going to crack my first beef bone broth serving of the day. Again, I'm doing 6 of these. As far as how I feel, my stomach feels relatively calm. I haven't eaten for a while, obviously, so that's good. There's still that light burning pain. I definitely felt little jolts of it throughout the night laying in bed that I haven't been super in touch with, let's just say, because I normally sleep okay through the night, and last night I just didn't sleep super well, as tends to be the case when you're fasting, and now apparently I know bone broth fasting. But all in all, it's okay. Mood's swinging a little, energy swinging a little, kind of feeling slightly out of it, a little bit dazed, but this all just seems like it should be to be expected. So I'm trying not to overthink it, stay the course, let my body detox, cleanse. Obviously, I'm very low on calories, right? Especially because I did do a small bit of training yesterday. So I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know I am going to drink my first one. I also haven't elected to bother to heat these up. I'm just a convenience-based guy, and I just don't see the point yet, but maybe I'll want to do that later. But for now, we're just going to drink it straight out of the little carton that they give you here. So this is 1 of 6, maybe 7 that I will be drinking today, and we'll touch back in later. Bless you, Potato.
Alright guys, it's the end of day 2. Forgot to do a check-in. I'm definitely just kind of tired and out of it. Not doing miserable. Mood's okay. Energy's just blah, whatever. That burning feeling right there, no relief yet from that sensation. No symptom relief from what I think is the ulcer, but it doesn't mean healing's not happening. That's what I keep telling myself. Sorry about the noise. There's an air conditioning unit in the room. But yeah, tomorrow's last day of the bone broth fast. We'll complete it, and we'll hold our heads high, knowing we made the first big step in hopefully healing the stomach ulcer. So I'm tired, and I'm trying not to be anxious or too worried. And just keep going. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Alright, morning guys. It is the day 3, start of day 3 of the bone broth fast. Last night was easily the toughest night to sleep. Same thing as the night before, just you're low on food, so you got some hunger pangs. I did have more burning in my upper abdomen below my sternum that I was able to notice more than usual. Anyway, I believe the ulcer is. But I think that's just because my stomach was so empty. So I've got bone broth until tonight. I can have a meal around like 8:30, 9, and I will probably like a little bit of oatmeal or something like that. I think it'll actually be very soothing. And yeah, I just couldn't stay asleep. It took me like a couple hours to fall asleep. Woke up to pee. Took me a couple hours to go back to bed. It's like 8 o'clock right now. And I'm definitely gonna, my plan is still to nap when I get home from the office, so yeah, I'm tight. Let's go do the final weigh-in. I think I probably weigh like 195 or something like that.
Dang, that's a lot less than I anticipated. Alright, day 3, let's do it. Alright guys, it is the evening of day 3. Had some diarrhea today, which has been fine. I think I need to go again right now, so it'll be my 3rd time. I definitely do. So make note of that. Diarrhea on day 3. It is 4:56. These are the last 2 bone broths that I have. One beef, one chicken. I'm headed to the gym to coach. I'm definitely feeling weak and feeling tired. I have noticed that the burning from my ulcer is a bit more manageable right after drinking some bone broth, but as my stomach feels and gets more empty, the burn is pretty bad and it hurts and it's distracting and upsetting. So I think as a major long shot, I wondered if I might be able to get the burning under control in 3 days since it's been so long in general. But I think given the lifestyle setbacks like drinking and alcohol a couple times a week on top of drinking coffee every day and just eating junk food like maybe once or twice a week, I just haven't put my stomach in the right environment to heal. So it's only been 4 days, no alcohol, 4 days, no coffee, and 4 days, no junk food. And then we're on day 3 of the bone broth fast, so I'm trying to tell myself it's early. We're jumping straight into a juicing protocol where we'll be getting at least a quart, so about 34 ounces of cabbage juice, and then every day. We're doing that indefinitely until this heals, and then we'll also have some potato juice, believe it or not, and some dark leafy greens in there as well every day. So I'll be doing a separate video on that because we just have to keep this saga going and heal the stomach. If I can't get any symptom relief within the next 10 days, I'm going to go see a gastroenterologist. I think that's the only option I have. I need to get scoped. But as far as the bone broth fast goes, I'll give you my final thoughts tonight. With being said, I'm going to be drinking these at the gym. I'll try to get footage of me drinking them, but this is it, the final 2. Alright guys, it is roughly 7:30. I've got my final 17 ounces, essentially a pint of bone broth. The final tasting of bone broth. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to a little breather from bone broth. Cheers guys.
Tomorrow.
Well, it took all summer, but we are at our goal weight. Good morning, guys. It is day 4. I'm sipping on my peppermint tea because I gave up caffeine at the same time that I started this bone broth fast. It is about 9:40 in the morning. I've been up for about an hour. I did break my fast last night at the 72-hour marker with a bowl of oatmeal. And I was glad to have been able to eat, but my stomach still felt sour. I was gonna talk yesterday on camera. I was gonna close out my entire video last night, but I felt pretty out of it, and I was just in a lot of discomfort in terms of my digestive system. Yesterday, day 3, was easily the hardest day of the whole thing. I just felt more tired, and my stomach was just struggling more. It's like all that bone broth was officially making its way down to my lower digestive tract and clearing out the gunk. I had 9 diarrheas yesterday. The previous 2 days, I kind of just had less than normal poops, kind of slimy, weird looking poops, but just diarrhea over and over again, like 9 times, all the way up until like 1:30 in the morning. And I just, my stomach just felt sour, you know, and sensitive. And in a lot of ways, it still does. The burning is still there, although I'm now going like, maybe it's a little better. So it's nothing drastic. We're early in this recovery process for the ulcer in terms of taking it really serious and doing everything we can, controlling the things that are within our control. But I just keep trying to tell myself that one way or another, doing that bone broth fast was a good thing, I don't really care about the weight, but I did shave off a few lbs. We'll find out in the coming days how much of that was water and how much of that is legit. I did do 2 workouts on this whole entire fast, but I will say I do feel a little more mentally clear today, which is nice. I went into this whole thing just with so much inflammation and so much distress and so much pain in my stomach that I was starting to feel very dazed, and I was having some confusion, and I was having just like this blah, weird, out of it, dizzy, lightheaded feeling that really upset me and alarmed me this past weekend. It was one of the last final things that I was like, nope, I have to do something. I can't just keep going business as usual. Summer is over. I got through it. I had a lot of fun, but I also was in a lot of pain this summer with my stomach. Another thing that we have to consider is that I gave up coffee the same time I started this fast. I don't know to what effect that was having on the fact that sleep has just been really tough, and it remained tough even last night. I just can't seem to fall asleep or stay asleep, but I believe that will get better. There's so many unknown factors, so it's kind of fun going into this so blind. The one thing I will say, I haven't had many headaches, if any at all, which is good. And also, in general, I just don't feel like the experience was that hard. I just don't feel like it was that difficult of an experience, but I do believe a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've already developed some metabolic flexibility. So when I say that, I mean that my body is used to running on carbs sometimes, especially for performance and CrossFit, but also on fat. So I have been doing intermittent fasting for a long time, and I've done multiple 24-hour fasts and multiple 36-hour fasts, and I've done a 72-hour fast where all I did was drink water. So doing that, going from that to a bone broth, I think the bone broth just made it significantly more easy, because at least I was still taking in some sustenance and my body could tell. So it was a good experience. I didn't realize I would have so much diarrhea. I just had what you would consider one notch up from diarrhea now, kind of like that sour stomach. It didn't come out good, messy, but it just wasn't pure diarrhea this time. And I bet I got another one in me. So I think my system is just really still being purged of garbage. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's basically all I have to say. That is my experience on the 72-hour bone broth fast. I liked using the kettle and fire because it was so simple. I liked having it just ready. I could just open it and sip it. I never heated it up. I never cooled it down. I took minimal action. I just opened it and drank it. I feel like that worked pretty well. I keep telling myself, I think one of the things that they talk about is like your joints will feel better and your skin will glow. I'll let you guys decide if you think my skin looks any better. Maybe I'll have an opinion on this when I edit this video back, but I can't really tell. I don't really know. Maybe my skin, I definitely had a lot of inflammation in my skin prior to this, so maybe it did. Maybe it did improve a little bit. So yeah, the main thing was to see if all that abundance of collagen and all of those amino acids and nutrients and minerals could go into my stomach and just start doing work. The only thing I know for sure is that it's clearing out my pipes, but in terms of the scientific data, it should have also done a lot of work in healing and resting my digestive tract and helping rebuild that mucosal layer of my stomach to help aid this ulcer. So consult your physician if you want to try this. I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I have the ability to sort of try these things without much fear, because I've slowly, acclimated to this sort of thing in terms of the intermittent fasting, the prolonged fasting, and then just in general trying to eat mostly clean, using my carbs for exercise, and then trying to not go crazy on carbs or whatever. I imagine it would have been a better idea not to eat like crazy bad food the night before, but I did. I had some donuts, so I think that's probably part of the reason this is all going on. But I feel more determined than ever to heal my stomach and to get back to just a better space there and to honor my body more. I mean, the body keeps score, and it's a shame that I had to do this in under these circumstances. I had to do this to heal what I think are ulcers, because I partied too hard and ate too much this summer, and I hurt my stomach or whatever. We don't know the exact cause, but that's what I think happened. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I know it's long. I don't have a lot of B-roll. As you guys can see in this video, I've just been out of it. Like, it's been a long, groggy, tired few days, and I'm excited to refeed today with really clean, healthy food, and then we'll be starting another video on my experience juicing to heal this ulcer. I bought a juicer, the Omega, it's a masticating cold press juicer, and I will be doing a whole juice protocol to help heal my stomach, as well as staying alcohol free, coffee free, added sugar free, processed food free, and then red meat free until we get these symptoms under control. So there you go. That was my experience with my 72-hour bone broth fast. If you've had some experience with this, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions you feel like I didn't address because I've just been so scatterbrained, please feel free to let me know, and I'll try to answer them in the comments below. I don't think this is my best production, but it's just all I felt up for, and I wanted to bring you along for the journey in whatever way I could, even though, like I said, I didn't do a lot of B-roll, and I didn't plan this out very well. I just hit record and started babbling. I guess one thing I should add is that for my ulcer, for those of you that might be doing this because you think you have an ulcer or a diagnosed one, I definitely realized that when my stomach was completely empty, the burning sensation I had right here near my sternum and a little bit down lower towards my navel, it was worse. I had some flare-ups of the burns that were significantly more noticeable, I think, because there wasn't fibrous food or healthy food or just food in general to help occupy that stomach acid. So I tried not to get too discouraged or freaked out about that. And then, wow, I can't say bye because I'm just thinking of other things. Another thing that pops into my head is that there was a lot of time between my ears when doing this, a lot of time to ruminate and spin and obsess and worry and think and be anxious. And luckily, I have a lot of tools for managing that. I've learned a lot about self-talk and how to deal with rumination and obsession, and how to self-soothe in healthy ways, how to breathe through these things. And so I was able to get through it pretty much unscathed, but undeniably my mind was just going towards things that I'm worried about, a little bit of self-judgment, some stress, some anxieties, that when you eat right before bed, you just go to bed, you fall asleep, but when you don't have food, you're gonna find that your mind is gonna run, and it's up to you not to take your thoughts personal. It was up to me, rather, to not take my thoughts personal necessarily, and to be very kind to myself, and to use a lot of positive language, kind of be that parent that I needed to get through this experience for when it felt a little bit difficult. I was also able to still show up for life. I did get 2 short CrossFit workouts in Monday, Tuesday. I did hit the office to edit and record videos. My productivity was definitely down. My brain was moving slow. I took naps every single day, which I really am so grateful that I had the opportunity to do that, because I felt so weak and so depleted, not just from the lack of energy coming in, but just with all the inflammation on my stomach and just the way I was feeling with the sleep being so difficult to come by with quitting coffee. I was able to take a nap every day, and I think that was huge. And then I just sort of got through the day. I made it through everything and minimized stress as much as possible. So it's over. I'm glad it's over. I'm excited for the cabbage juice phase to try to heal this ulcer, and I appreciate your guys' time. We'll see you guys in the next video, And here is to continuing to heal my ulcer and getting back to optimal health and respecting my brain and my body a bit more so that we don't go into this sort of situation again. Cheers, guys. Thanks for being here.